When we bring on David Rawnsley, Perfect Game's Vice President of Player Personnel, onto any piece of content, you know it's something big with a lot of history. David and I have called a dozen PG All-American Classics on national TV together. His wisdom is incredible. D, thanks for hanging out with us, man. We really appreciate it.
Hey, it's my pleasure, Daron, and very glad to be here and looking forward to a great summer of seeing you often and doing a lot more of this.
So let's expound upon that before we get into players, David. Explain to the person who's catching this on TV, who's new to this show, what this junior going into senior summer means for a top 500 athlete. You don't have to be super descriptive, but what does it mean to them, a top 500 baseball player this upcoming summer?
Well, it really means everything to them. This is the first time that the professional scouts are really going to get a look at the class of 2023, the high school class. Most of these guys are already committed. They know what their college future is, or they've certainly narrowed it down. Now's the time to get on pro teams map for the 2023 draft. This is the time, and the PG National Showcase has always been the coming out party for this class. It's so different now. The PG National Showcase isn't until July 20th to 24th in Tampa. It's later because the draft is later. But still, this is the big summer, and the PG National Showcase is really where it comes all together.
At Tropicana Field in the middle of July. Certainly keep an eye on that, the Perfect Game National Showcase. David, let's talk about some of these great 23s because you've seen them. You were our voice of the Junior National Showcase last year. Maxwell Clark is a gifted outfielder out of Indiana. Walter Jenkins is an outfielder out of North Carolina. Let's put those two head-to-head to start.
Well, this is number 1 and number 2, 1 and 1A, however you want to say it, in the 23 class. Really different athletes. Maxwell Clark is just the supreme five-tool, incredible athlete. He's having a great spring back in Indiana, hitting .556 with 7 bombs, throws in the low to mid-90s off the mound. Walter Jenkins, a bigger kid, also a left-handed hitter, more just a pure hitter. Solid athlete, but maybe the best bat in the class versus Maxwell Clark, the best athlete. It's going to be really exciting to see how these guys have picked up their game since we saw them last summer and fall.
LSU's Jay Johnson, the head coach there, has earned a ton of commitments since taking over that job. Blake Mitchell is one of them. He's a Texan. He's a catcher. Who is he from a scout's perspective?
Well, Blake Mitchell might be as athletic a catcher as we've seen in, I don't know, the last decade. He's been upper 90s off the mound occasionally in relief, playing a great high-level shortstop. He really has a chance to be, a top 10 pick, really one of the best high school catching prospects of this decade. It's going to be fun to watch him from just the start of the summer move on.
I'm biased towards my Californians. Coach Waz at Oregon, Wazakowski, found Eric Batanti. He's coming there. He's a 23. He's the last position player you want to talk about.
Well, Eric Batanti, I think he's ranked number 8 right now in the class. His age is at 2024. He just turned 16 this spring. He's the youngest player, I think, of the top prospects in this class and one of the best. He's hitting .539, 8 homers, 41 RBIs this spring in San Bernardino, and some scouts still think he's a better pitching prospect because he's low to mid-90s off the mound. Just an incredibly high ceiling talent, left-handed hitter, has all the tools, and is younger than everybody else in the class.
Talk pitching with me and talk Thomas White, a left-hander out of Massachusetts. We've known him a lot, a Select Festival athlete. And Travis Sykora, he's out of Round Rock, Texas, a Texas commit. Let's talk about both those pitchers.
Well, Thomas White is the top-ranked pitcher in the class right now. We haven't seen him a lot in the last few years. He didn't travel outside of the Northeast much during the pandemic. And I wouldn't be surprised if Travis Sykora, who's still listed as a primary infielder, isn't the top pitcher in this class now. He's been upper 90s this spring. Just a big physical kid with all the power pitches and athleticism. I wouldn't be shocked if Sykora doesn't move in that top pitcher slot in this 2023 class.
I want to wrap by talking about Garrett Bauman because this is a Central Florida commit, but he's 6'8". 6'8", Haggerty High School. Riley Green went there. Prospect Super. Ryan Mountcastle, big leaguer. But 6'8", David.
Yeah, you know me, Daron. I love these big pitchers, and I love big pitchers who throw strikes. They are good enough athletes at this age to repeat their deliveries. There's a lot of Andrew Painter looking back at the Phillies 2021 first-round pick who's blowing it away in the minor leagues right now. There's a lot of Garrett Bauman to Andrew Painter comparisons here. There's the size, there's the ability to throw multiple pitches for strikes. I look for a big start of the summer from Garrett Bauman of Haggerty High School.
D, we'll see you all summer long. Thanks for your insights, man. You've made us smarter.
All right. Thank you very much, Daron. Appreciate it.